When you wake up in the morning, before the world has a chance to put its noise inside your head, there's a moment of silence. And in that silence, when you stand in front of the mirror, it's just you. No filters, no followers, no likes, no fake smiles. Just the truth staring you dead in the eyes. That reflection, that face, those eyes, they tell a story that nobody else can hear. And the question is, do you even listen to it? Most people don't. Most people run. They throw water on their face, put on their clothes, paint on their mask, and walk out pretending everything is fine. They hide behind laughter that doesn't belong to them, conversations that feel empty, and dreams that ain't even theirs. But the mirror never lies. The mirror keeps receipts. The mirror remembers every time you broke a promise to yourself, every time you gave up too early, every time you sold your soul cheap just to fit in. That's why people avoid it. That's why people look away. It's easier to scroll a screen than to face your own reflection. But here's the truth you can't heal from what you refuse to face. You can't grow while lying to yourself. The reflection is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. It shows you not just who you are, but who you could be, and the gap between those two versions of yourself. That's where your life is decided. You see, the mirror doesn't care about the excuses. It doesn't care about the people who hurt you, the opportunities you didn't get, or the world that's unfair. The mirror only asks one question: what are you going to do about it? You can't negotiate with the reflection. You can't hustle it, sweet talk it, or deceive it. It knows, it always knows. When you finally learn to look in that mirror and not look away, something powerful happens. You begin to own your scars. You stop hiding your pain like it's shameful and start wearing it like it's armor. That scar across your heart, that failure that left you in pieces, that betrayal that made you cry at night, all of that is proof you survived, proof you're still standing, proof you didn't fold. But if you refuse to face it, you'll keep bleeding on the inside. You'll keep pretending you're fine while dying quietly. The mirror teaches you accountability. And accountability is freedom. Because once you say, yeah, I messed up.
Yeah, I failed.
Yeah, I doubted myself, but I'm still here. That's when the chains start to break. You don't have to be perfect to own your reflection. You just have to be honest. Every legend, every leader, every soul that rose from nothing to something had to first look themselves in the eye and admit the truth. They had to accept that nobody was coming to save them. They had to stop pointing fingers and start pointing at the reflection. That's the real battlefield. Inside your own head, in front of your own eyes. But most people never fight that battle. They drown themselves in distractions. TV, gossip, temporary highs, fake love, anything to avoid that 5-second stare into their own soul. Because deep down, they know the reflection will call them out. The reflection will whisper, you're better than this. You're stronger than this. You're wasting time. You're running from yourself. And here's the twist. Once you finally face the mirror, once you finally accept the truth of who you are, the fear starts to fade. Because the reflection is not just the pain, not just the mistakes, not just the brokenness. It's also the strength, the resilience, the fire. Those same eyes that saw tears fall also saw you keep going. That same face that looks tired has also faced battles nobody else could have survived. The mirror is both the evidence of your struggle and the proof of your strength. So stop hiding from it. Start talking to it. Start reminding yourself, yeah, I'm flawed. Yeah, I've been through hell. But I'm still standing and I ain't done yet. That's when life starts to shift. That's when you stop being a victim of your past and start being the author of your future. Every day you face that reflection, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. You're saying, I choose to rise, or I choose to stay the same. And if you keep choosing to rise day after day, one day you'll look in that mirror and see someone you're proud of, someone who earned their peace, someone who didn't fold under pressure, someone who lived instead of just existing. The mirror is not a punishment. It's a blessing. It's the only place where the truth lives unfiltered, the only place where you can't fake it, and the only place that can set you free. But only if you're brave enough to stand there, look yourself in the eye and say, this is me. I accept me. I'm working on me. And I will rise. Because at the end of the day, the world can love you or hate you, cheer for you or doubt you, lift you up or tear you down. But none of it matters if you can't face yourself. The mirror is the test. Pass it and you can survive anything. Pain is the one thing everybody tries to run from, but nobody ever outruns. You can drown it in liquor, bury it in noise, or numb it with distractions. But pain has a way of finding its way back. It sits in the corner of your room when the lights go out. It whispers in the silence between your laughs. It's the weight you carry in your chest when nobody else is around. And as much as people curse it, as much as they pray to be free from it, the truth is this: pain is not your enemy. Pain is your fuel. Think about it every time life broke you, every time the world told you no, every time somebody doubted you, every time you lost something you thought you couldn't live without. It hurt deep, like your whole soul was on fire. But what happened after that? You grew. You learned. You fought harder. Pain pushed you into corners you never thought you could climb out of, and somehow you did. You're still here. And that means pain wasn't just there to break you. It was there to shape you. The problem is most people waste their pain. They let it eat them alive instead of letting it drive them forward. They turn pain into pity instead of power. They let the wound define them instead of letting the scar remind them. But those who learn to use pain, to embrace it, to flip it, they become unstoppable. Because once you understand pain, you stop fearing it. And when you stop fearing it, the world can't control you anymore. Pain is proof you're alive. If you've never felt heartbreak, then you've never truly loved. If you've never felt failure, then you've never truly tried. If you've never felt loss, then you've never truly valued. Pain is the shadow of every beautiful thing in life, and the deeper the shadow, the brighter the light it comes from. You can't have one without the other. Look at history. Every warrior, every poet, every revolutionary, every great soul, they were born in pain. They were baptized in struggle. The fire that refined them was the same fire that tried to consume them. But instead of letting it burn them to ashes, they turned into gold. Diamonds aren't made in comfort. They're made under pressure. Muscles don't grow without tearing first. Seeds don't rise unless they're buried in dirt. Pain is the universal law of growth. But here's where most people get stuck. They think pain means stop. They think pain means something's wrong. But pain doesn't always mean stop. Sometimes it means go harder. Sometimes it's the universe saying, this is the price of greatness. Are you willing to pay it? And you got to decide, will you? Because you can let pain make you bitter, or you can let pain make you better. You can let it poison you, or you can let it push you. You can let it hold you down, or you can let it lift you higher. It's all in what you choose to do with it. The truth is, the most powerful version of you is waiting on the other side of your pain. Every time you push through it, every time you carry it instead of collapsing under it, you're building something stronger inside you. Endurance, resilience, discipline, hunger. These things aren't born when life is easy. They're born when life hurts, when your heart's broken but you still love, when your body's tired but you still rise, when your dream feels distant but you still grind. That's where strength lies. That's where the fuel is made. Pain also keeps you real. It keeps you humble. It reminds you of where you came from, reminds you of nights you cried alone, reminds you of days you thought you wouldn't survive. And when you finally win, when you finally shine, when you finally rise to the top, pain is what keeps you grounded. Because you'll never forget what it cost you to get there. So stop asking for a life without pain. That's like asking for a sky without storms or a song without rhythm. Pain is part of the process. Instead, start asking for the strength to use it. Start asking for the vision to see beyond it. Start asking for the fire to keep burning, even when it hurts. Because here's the truth. You can let pain destroy you, or you can let it rebirth you. You can let it chain you, or you can let it free you. You can let it kill your spirit, or you can let it build your soul. And one day, when you look back, you'll realize the moments that hurt the most were the moments that built you the most. The pain you thought would bury you was the same pain that planted you. The heartbreak you thought would end you was the same heartbreak that woke you up. The failure you thought was fatal was the same failure that forced you to level up. So don't run from pain. Don't numb it. Don't hide it. Face it. Feel it. Use it. Let it remind you that you're alive. Let it push you when nothing else can. Let it light the fire that comfort could never spark. Because at the end of the day, pain will come for all of us. Nobody escapes it. But only a few will turn it into power. Only a few will take the weight that was meant to crush them and turn it into wings. And if you choose to be one of those few, then pain will stop being your enemy. It'll become your greatest weapon, your greatest teacher, your greatest fuel. And that fuel will take you places comfort never could. The hardest lesson you'll ever learn in this life is that not everybody you love is built to love you back the same way. Not everybody who smiles in your face will stand beside you when the storm hits. And not everybody who calls you family or friend is really loyal when it counts. People will promise forever but disappear tomorrow. They'll cheer for you when you're small but envy you when you rise. And if you're not careful, you'll spend your whole life breaking yourself into pieces just to keep them whole. But let me tell you something, your first loyalty has to be to yourself. Because when the lights go out and the crowd goes home, when the love fades and the friends disappear, the only person you'll always be left with is you. If you betray yourself just to please others, you've already lost. You can win the world, but if you lose your soul in the process, that ain't victory. That's slavery. See, loyalty to yourself doesn't mean you're selfish. It doesn't mean you stop caring about people. It means you stop abandoning yourself for people who wouldn't even cross the street for you. It means you stop pouring into cups that never pour back. It means you protect your peace, your energy, your vision. Because without those, you've got nothing left to give anyway. The world will try to make you believe that love means sacrifice, that friendship means compromise, that family means obligation. And yes, sometimes it does. But it should never mean erasing yourself. It should never mean silencing your truth so someone else feels comfortable. It should never mean giving away your joy just so someone else doesn't feel insecure. Real love, real loyalty, real family. They don't demand that you betray yourself. They celebrate you for standing tall in your truth. But here's the hard part. Sometimes the people you thought would ride with you forever are the very people holding you back. They don't want you to grow because your growth exposes their comfort. They don't want you to rise because your rise reminds them of their fear. And if you let their voices drown out your own, you'll wake up one day in a life that doesn't even belong to you. That's why you have to choose you. Even when it hurts. Even when it means walking alone. Even when it means saying goodbye to people you never thought you'd lose. Because loyalty to yourself is not about keeping everyone else happy. It's about keeping your soul intact. You'll be called selfish. You'll be called arrogant. You'll be called cold. But the truth is, people only call you selfish when you stop serving their agenda. They only call you arrogant when you start believing in yourself. They only call you cold when you stop letting them drain your warmth. Don't let their labels shake you. Stand firm in who you are. Think about it. How many times have you said yes when your heart was screaming no? How many times have you lowered your standards just to keep someone by your side? How many times have you ignored your gut just to keep the peace? And where did it get you? Hurt, empty, lost. That's the price of betraying yourself. But the moment you flip it, the moment you start saying yes to yourself and no to everything that violates your spirit, that's the moment life shifts. That's when you attract people who respect you. That's when opportunities line up with your purpose. That's when you stop surviving and start living. Loyalty to yourself also means keeping the promises you make in silence. It means doing what you said you would, even when nobody is watching. It means not letting laziness steal your dreams, not letting fear rob your destiny, not letting doubt paralyze your steps. Because loyalty ain't just about other people. It's about discipline. It's about self-respect. It's about saying, I trust me enough to follow through. And listen, it won't be easy because the world is full of noise. Voices telling you who you should be, what you should do, how you should live. But you can't let their noise be louder than your truth. At the end of the day, you are the only one who has to live inside your skin, carry your regrets, and answer for your choices. Nobody else. So why would you hand that power to anyone else? The strongest thing you'll ever do is stand on your own 2 feet and say, I choose me. Not because you don't love others, because you finally love yourself enough to stop betraying your soul. And when you do, you'll find a new kind of peace, a new kind of freedom, a new kind of strength. You'll learn that it's better to walk alone in truth than to be surrounded in lies. It's better to lose fake friends than to lose yourself. It's better to break someone else's expectations than to break your own spirit. So let them call you whatever they want. Let them leave if they need to. Let them doubt. Let them gossip. Let them misunderstand. Because at the end of the day, when the dust settles, you'll be able to look in the mirror and know you stayed loyal to the one person who mattered most, yourself. And that loyalty, that's what will carry you through every storm, through every heartbreak, through every loss. Because if you've got you, if you truly stand with you, there is nothing and nobody that can take you down tomorrow. That's the word everybody leans on like it's guaranteed. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll call them tomorrow. I'll chase my dream tomorrow. I'll fix my life tomorrow. But tomorrow is a liar. Tomorrow is the sweetest excuse, the softest trap, the biggest thief. And the truth, tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. We live like we're immortal, like the clock owes us time. We talk like we got decades left to play around, to waste minutes scrolling, to waste hours complaining, to waste days doubting ourselves. But life don't work like that. Life is fragile. One second you're here, the next second you're gone. And when that moment comes, no amount of money, no amount of regret, no amount of begging will buy you back one more breath. So why do we act like we got forever? Why do we sleep on our gifts, silence our voices, kill our dreams, and live like we're already dead? We wait for the perfect moment that doesn't exist. We wait for permission that's never coming. We wait for courage like it's some package that'll get delivered to our doorstep. And in all that waiting, we lose the only thing that's real, the present. Look, yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is not promised. The only thing you've ever truly had is right now. This second, this heartbeat. And if you don't use it, you lose it. Simple as that. You keep saying you'll start when you feel ready. But what if ready never comes? You keep saying you'll forgive when the pain fades. But what if the pain never fades? You keep saying you'll chase that dream when life calms down. But what if life never calms down? You're gambling with a currency you don't even own. Time. And the house always wins. Think about all the people you've lost. Some of them didn't see tomorrow. They had plans too. They had dreams too. They thought they had more time. But life came knocking, and their story ended sooner than anyone expected. What makes you think you're any different? What makes you think you're guaranteed to wake up tomorrow? That's not meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you. Because once you realize how fragile time is, you stop wasting it. You stop living like you got 100 years in your pocket. You stop caring about petty drama, about who said what, about who doubted you, about all the noise that don't matter. You start living with urgency, with purpose, with fire. Every someday you say is a lie you tell yourself to avoid today. You think you're protecting yourself, but really you're killing yourself slow. You think you're waiting for the right time, but really you're running from your time. And one day you'll wake up and realize that tomorrow never came and you wasted your life waiting. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can choose right now to live like tomorrow ain't promised, because it's not. That means telling the people you love that you love them. That means chasing the dream that scares you. That means forgiving yourself for the past and focusing on what you can do today. That means being bold enough to take risks, to fall, to fail, to rise again, because at least you tried while you had the chance. What's the point of living safe, living small, living quiet, if you die with your song still inside you? Better to live loud, live real, live full. Even if it means making mistakes, even if it means getting hurt. Because pain fades, regret doesn't. The graveyard is full of tomorrows, full of unfinished dreams, unspoken words, unlived lives. Don't let your name be added to that list. Don't let your story be one of what could have been. Live so that when your time comes, you can smile knowing you left it all on the table. Tomorrow ain't promised, but today is here. This moment is here. This breath is here. And what you do with it will decide the legacy you leave. You don't have to change the whole world today, but you can take one step. You can write one page. You can make one call. You can take one chance. And that one action could be the spark that changes everything. So stop waiting. Stop procrastinating. Stop lying to yourself. Start living. Start moving, start loving, start creating. Because life is happening now, and every second you waste is one you'll never get back. And if tomorrow does come, good, that's a blessing. But don't count on it. Count on today. Make today the proof that you were here, that you mattered, that you gave everything you had. So if tomorrow never shows, you can leave without regret. Tomorrow ain't promised. But right now is yours, own it. Live it, burn it bright.